Welcome, brothers and sisters, for another episode of Ghoulish and Foolish. Namaste with you.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
This is part 2 of cults. Very exciting. Obviously, we've got cult leader Act in the studio today.
Thank you, brothers and sisters.
They've had a trim, a dye job. Who made your ceremonial cloak?
Jake's mum. Jake's mum made it. It's a Jedi costume. Yeah. Go on, Joanne.
That's too slated to be fit.
No.
Oh, well, one could argue that the Jedis are a cult.
Yeah, no, they are. So, brothers and sisters, on this episode, we're going to dive into some case studies of cults. Some cults we find fascinating.
Yes, sir.
I'm not going to say enjoyed again because that sounds kind of sick and twisted, but cults we're fascinated with, cults we're interested in. Some you may have heard of, some you may not have. And then if you like this episode, let us know what cults you want us to explore, and we might do a full episode on a singular one. Amy, do you want to start?
I will. Okay, so what I'm going to start with is me and Josh started
Vanity.
We went away and we looked at some
Cults.
So my one is, have you ever heard of Heaven's Gate?
It rings a bell, but I couldn't tell you what it is.
So it's one of the spookiest modern cults.
Okay.
So Heaven's Gate is often called one of the most unsettling cults because of its strange beliefs, mysterious atmosphere, and tragic ending.
Okay.
It blended sci-fi, apocalyptic prophecy, and extreme obedience to its leaders.
Okay.
So origins of the cult, it was founded in the 1970s by Marshall Applewhite and Bonnie Nettles. Very
Cool name. Bonnie Nettles.
Yeah.
It's a drag queen name.
Applewhite's a mad surname, mate.
Welcome to the stage, Bonnie Nettles.
Yeah. They claimed that to be two higher level beings sent from an extraterrestrial realm. Their ideology was a mix of UFO lore, New Age spirituality, biblical imagery, and science fiction themes.
Okay.
So they believed Earth was about to be recycled. Earth was about to be recycled, and only those who followed them could ascend to the next level.
Like a video game.
Like Mario Kart.
Oh, okay. I'm a boss at Mario Kart.
The spooky belief system, alien evolution. So members were taught that their human bodies were just vehicles, like costumes, for their extraterrestrial selves.
Okay.
So to escape to the next level, they believed a spaceship from the next level would come to save them before Earth was destroyed. So there was lots of strict rules and uniform identity. So creepy aspects included everyone wore identical clothing, nearly identical haircuts, celibacy,
Not for me.
no personal possessions,
Not for me.
if you can see the amount of weight in this room, and suppression of individual identity. I don't think we have a struggle with that yet.
No.
Okay. Applewhite claimed these rules helped them transcend human flaws.
Okay.
So the role of the Hale-Bopp comet.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So in 1997, the Hale-Bopp comet appeared in the sky. Heaven's Gate interpreted this as a sign. They believed a spacecraft was trailing behind the comet, coming to pick them up. This became a catalyst for the group's tragic final act.
Okay.
So why it felt so eerie? So members filmed farewell tapes, calmly expressing joy about leaving Earth. I think that's awful.
That's, yeah.
Yeah. The group lived in extreme secrecy. They viewed the outside world as spiritually dead. Their ideology mixed outer space salvation with religious devotion. Applewhite's hypnotic, unsettling sermons were delivered in monotone trance-like intensity. So just some bloke just speaking to you in the same tone of voice and like same mental things over and over and over again.
We will be saved. You will ascend.
There we go.
We will be better.
The cult's atmosphere was described as otherworldly, sterile, and undisturbingly calm. So the tragic ending. So in March 1997, 39 members, following Applewhite's instructions, died in a coordinated ritual they believed that would allow their souls to board the spacecraft and ascend to the next level.
I did know of this one, yeah.
So they were found wearing matching black outfits
Yep.
with purple shrouds,
Yep.
all with Nike Decade shoes. They were Nike'd out. All Nike Decade shoes, which became a dark cultural reference afterwards. The imagery and the uniformity contributed to the group's lasting reputation as one of the spookiest cults in modern history. So just to like wrap up with how they became so infamous. So the sci-fi religious mix was unlike anything seen before. It happened during the rise of the internet. So the group even had a website.
Okay.
The calmness and order of the group contrasted with the tragedy. Their eerie farewell videos circulated in the media. It raised major questions about coercion, belief, and psychological control. So the case is still studied today for how charismatic leadership and isolation can create an alternative reality for members.
Jeez.
I think, like, just putting yourself in their shoes, kind of like, if someone came up to you and they were like, you need to record like a farewell video now because like
We're going to ascend.
Jim on his spaceship is going to come pick us up and he's going to drop us to Tesco's. Like, can you imagine like sitting there in front of the camera and like...
But it's the fact that they were so calm
Yeah.
is how
That's
much they
mental to me.
believed.
That is crazy.
Yeah. But also, it was the time of like Area 51. Sci-fi was really big. So,
But it was founded in the
If-
70s, but it came to an end in the 90s. So that, it was going for 37 years,
yeah.
which is weird to me.
There's got to be a reason, though, that suddenly it was like, oh, yeah, this, like, how does a cult decide, right, this date's the end date?
I don't know, I think it's just like,
Obviously, this one, it was the comment.
yeah. It's just like mental people get put into mental positions
Yeah.
and then they just influence other people who are unfortunately just like psychologically vulnerable.
Yeah.
And then they force into positions where they have to do this. And it's just like a very sad thing of like how coercive control is an actual thing.
Yeah.
And for people who like just more vulnerable people then. Because I'm not going to say learn difficulties because I like...
Like we said in episode
Yeah.
1, you're not a weaker person just
No.
because you've been in part of a cult.
Correct.
They've just managed to manipulate you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I think it's just a devastating thing. And I think it's scary how close that was. Like that was a year before I was born.
It's the year I was born, 96.
97.
I was born in 96.
Yeah. So...
It was the year after I was born.
Oh, you said after, so I think
96.
it's the year I was born. I didn't want to correct your age on them.
Come
Our
on.
platform, like,
96.
yeah, you're a millennial.
Best generation.
Sure, okay.
Sure, Jan.
Sure, John.
So we're now going to move on to my case study, which is the Manson family, so the Manson cult.
When you said that there, they made them sound really nice.
The Manson
The
family.
Manson's family.
Well, it was a family. The Manson family was a cult led by Charles Manson in the late 1960s in California. Unlike many traditional cults based on religious beliefs, the Manson family was a mix of social outcasts, hippies, and followers attracted to Manson's charismatic and apocalyptic visions. So, how did the Manson family cult form, I hear you ask?
How did they form?
Thank you very much. So, Charles Manson, a convicted criminal with a troubled past, moved to California after prison in the mid-1960s. He attracted a group of young, mostly white, disillusioned people, many from broken or troubled backgrounds, who were searching for meaning, acceptance, and alternative lifestyles. Manson portrayed himself as a spiritual guru, combining elements of religion, music, and countercultural ideals with his own twisted worldview. His teaching included apocalyptic prophecies, racial war theories he called helter-skelter, and the idea that his followers should create chaos to ignite social collapse. Okay? So then, how did the Manson cult grow? The group started small, living communally in ranches around California. Manson's intense personality and promises of love, acceptance, and a new world attracted more followers. The communal lifestyle, heavy drug use, especially LSD, and isolation from society deepened loyalty and control. The family's influence grew as Manson leveraged his belief brush with the music industry, even befriending musician Dennis Wilson from the Beach Boys, which helped attract attention.
Just a fun fact, he was apparently a very good guitar player.
Oh, I didn't know that. So Manson's control extended to orders for violent acts, culminating in the infamous 1969 murders. Those included actress Sharon Tate and others, intended to spark his predicted race war. So again, Charles Manson, this was information. Do you want to give the information you gave about Charles Manson? Mindhunt?
Oh, I'm not sure if any of you have seen the great, by the way, Netflix series Mindhunter, which by the way is apparently hopefully going to be coming back. I'm so excited. However, so Mindhunter, so just the lowdown is it's a series about the development of the behavioral science unit in the FBI. For those who don't know, they were the ones who came up with the phrase serial killer, so that list. So what they would do, they would go out and interview, because again, like in the 70s and the 80s, serial killers, like it was...
I've got a book on
yeah, it was
killers.
The boom. So they would go and interview these serial killers. So there's some guy called Ed. He was a giant, but he murdered his mother and like other women. So they would go and visit these people, and one of the people they went and visited was Charles Manson.
Yep.
But Charles Manson was one of the only people they interviewed that actually didn't
commit murder himself.
Correct. So it's just insight to how, again,
coercion.
In part one, where we've gone through like, charismatic leaders and like the ideology and they're unquestionable. So it's just like kind of like taking those insights and then putting them into like
how he convinced people to commit murder.
Yeah, but it was, I suppose, the thing that I'm trying to think of the word. It's like a list, kind of like they go and meet the
like success criteria.
Yeah, not success criteria, but it was the criteria of like what type of serial killer it is. So like they would take their ages, like where they were from, or like if they didn't know who the person was, like they would take like witness statements of like and guess how much, and then they would like give like a thing of like, oh, I think your suspect is going to be like 20 to they between like 25 to 30. They're from this area, so this has happened in their life, blah blah blah, and they would give you like kind of like a case study on that person. But they went out and they spoke to Charles Manson, and
come up with it.
And it was hard to get that interview with them, because it was obviously based off a true story.
Yeah.
Like they had to pull a lot of strings to speak to him.
So, looking at the Manson cult, we're going to now look at the impact and legacy. So the Manson family's brutal crimes shocked the world and became a symbol of the dark side of the 1960s counterculture. Manson was convicted of murder and conspiracy to commit murder and spent the rest of his life in prison. The case raised public awareness about cult dynamics, manipulation, and the danger of charismatic leaders. It also influenced how law enforcement and society understood cult behavior and the potential for violence. So the Manson cult was quite a prominent one. That's why I chose it.
Yeah.
In kind of like our understanding of how cults work and how they like get in people's head and how they coerce people.
Yeah.
Hey, so finally, how did the Manson cult end? The Coulson Manson end. So the Manson family's reign of terror effectively ended in 1969. So obviously, it didn't really run for that long.
No.
It started in the late 60s and ended by 69. Following a series of brutal murders that shocked the nation, there's a few movies on it as well of them going out and killing. So we'll get Jake to put a film or something here. Check it out if you're interested. Sorry, hiccup. The key turning point was the Tate LaBlanca murders in August 1969. That's the film I've watched.
Yeah.
Members of the family used Charles Manson's direction, committed these grisly killings to ignite an apocalyptic race war the Manson called Helter Skelter. The horrifying nature of the crimes led to an intense police investigation. In late 1969, several members of the family were arrested, including Susan Atkins, Patricia Krenwinkel, and Leslie Van Houten, who were directly involved in the murders. Charles Manson himself was arrested in late 1969 after being linked to the crimes through witness testimonies and evidence. In 1971, Manson and several of his followers were convicted of murder and conspiracy to commit murder. They received life sentences. With Manson and key followers behind bars, the cult quickly disintegrated. The communal living stopped and the tight control Manson had over the followers collapsed. Some members tried to continue on their own, but without Manson's leadership, the group lost the power and influence. In short, the Manson family ended when law enforcement cracked down on the murders, arrested the members, and dismantled the leadership structure, bringing an end to the cult's violent chapter. So again, linking back to our last episode, without a strong, charismatic leader, the cult fell apart. It couldn't keep going. Because it really shows you can't just have anybody start a cult.
Yeah.
You've got to be, I don't want to praise them, and I don't want to use this word, but it's the only word I can think of. You've got to be a special type of person. And I don't mean special in a good way, but like a special kind of sick and twisted to be able to run a cult. You've got to be charismatic enough that people like you, but manipulative enough.
Yeah.
And without a cult leader, there is a cult.
I was gonna say evil, but then it's kind of like when these people do start out, and like when they initially start out, like they believe like they're doing good.
Yeah.
As then it's like
It's
when
that
it gets
sick,
more
twisted belief.
twisted,
Yeah.
and then that's when it becomes evil. So it's kind of like it's hard to say with cults because some cults are, I don't know, alright, I guess. Some. Taylor Swift, do you feel safe? Yeah.
I feel safe in this.
There you go.
cult.
See, that's that.
But the Manson cult was a really important cult in the 1960s, early 70s for us understanding cults. So the Manson family shows how cults can exploit social unrest and personal vulnerabilities. They reflected beliefs and unhappiness people had in the world and gave them a, air quote for me, solution to it. It wasn't the correct solution, but being given a solution helped people join it.
Yeah.
It demonstrated how a charismatic leader can manipulate followers through a mix of ideology, drugs, and psychological control. And it reminds us how dangerous cults can become when fueled by apocalyptic beliefs and violent intent.
Yeah.
So unlike, I think another reason this is a really good and important cult to remember and go through is, if you look at Amy's cult that she did before, the only people they harmed were themselves.
Sorry.
Well-
So I look at Amy's cult and I was like, huh?
Yeah, no, fine. The cult Amy brought up, the only people they harmed really were themselves. Obviously,
Yeah.
it had psychological effect on those people's loved ones,
Correct.
but this cult wasn't about causing harm to themselves or ascending. It was about causing harm to others and creating political and social unrest.
Correct. I think it's. You normally find. I feel
It's
like.
fascinating.
I do
but
feel like with cults, though, majority of the time, they don't actually tend to kill that. Because again, it's like outsiders.
yeah,
They don't tend to like leave to go kill people. I think that's like what was kind of like unique about yours.
yeah.
Whereas like with normal cults, they tend to like
Isolate.
murder in the group.
Or it's isolated, as in, you know, there's a lot of cults. We were watching something on YouTube the other day of a cult in, I swear it's in Canada or something, that's still going on at the moment, or in recent years, and it's literally high up in the mountains, miles and miles and miles away from anything. They tend to extreme isolate themselves, not just, oh yeah, we're going to live in groups in populated areas.
I see. Interesting.
Well, brothers and sisters, we're going to dive into another cult.
Yes, we are. Do you digress. Okay, so this is the People's Temple, commonly known as the cult behind Jonestown.
Why did you choose this one?
My surname.
Jones.
Jones. Very common Welsh surname.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Welsh. There's a Netflix documentary on it. Watched it. It was a little bit mental, to be honest. I do recommend, if you are into that type of stuff, it's a good watch. The People's Temple, led by Jim Jones, is one of the most chilling cult stories ever documented. So what makes it so disturbing is how it transformed.
Okay.
So from a progressive, socially active church into a paranoid, isolated, authoritarian cult, ending the catastrophic Jonestown tragedy in 1978.
Okay. Again, like I said, cults, 1960s, 1970s.
So, origins of the People's Temple. So founded in Indiana in the 1950s by Jim Jones. So Indiana Jim Jones. Jones presented himself as a champion of racial equality,
Okay.
social justice advocate, faith healer, and a visionary leader. So the early People's Temple was known for integrated congregations, which was very rare at the time, large social programs, charity work, emphasis on communal living.
Okay.
So
Charity work sounds nice.
the positive exterior helped Jones attract thousands of
Is
his
it not?
followers. You've already been hacked, Chuck. You're already in the cult.
No, but charity. You don't really hear about cults going, oh, we're going to do charity work, because obviously it's that, them versus us.
Yeah. I get that. So, just a bit about Jim Jones. So, Jones had an immense charisma, but was also manipulative, obsessed with loyalty, paranoid about government surveillance, and addicted to power. So, he performed stage miracles. So, air quotes miracles. Planted actors in the audience and used fear, blackmail, and sleep deprivation to maintain control. So he slowly shifted from the group from Christian teachings to his own ideology. So a mix of Marxism,
Yeah.
apocalyptic prophecy,
Yep.
anti-government rhetoric,
Yep.
his own self-deification. So he began calling himself Father and even God.
Okay.
So the move to Jonestown, so in the 1970s, increasing media scrutiny and accusations of abuse pushed Jones to relocate the group to Guyana, South America.
Yeah.
So he named the settlement Jonestown and promised equality, harmony, and a socialist paradise.
Okay.
So in reality, Jonestown became a remote jungle compound surrounded by armed guards, isolated from communication, and run under the strict authoritarian control. So members worked long hours, faced punishments, and were subject to Jones's endless sermons, which were broadcast over loudspeakers day and night.
Jeez. Again, keeping that sleep deprivation.
Yeah, so the spooky atmosphere of Jonestown, so the people who visited it described it as eerie and tense, filled with fear and incredibly controlled. Disturbing elements included members' passports were confiscated, letters home were censored, people punished for trying to escape, public humiliation rituals, and then white nights. Now, have you heard of the white nights? Because I got a little bit...
Nice.
So, the white nights, or white night drills. So, how Jones conditioned obedience.
Yeah.
So Jones regularly staged dramatic nighttime events called white nights. So these were rehearsals for mass suicide, mass loyalty tests, and emergency response to imagined threats. So during these drills, Jones would claim enemies were approaching, the outside world were plotting against them, and the end was near.
Jeez.
So members were instructed to line up, drink a substance to prove their loyalty. So some drills invoked a fake poison to test obedience. So the purpose of it was to normalize the idea of dying together, condition members to follow orders instantly, break down emotional resistance. Over time, white nights turned death into ritualized, almost expected act of loyalty. So with Jones's voice constantly booming over loudspeakers, Jonestown was no longer a community. It had become a closed world with a single omnipresent ruler.
Jeez.
Could you imagine that?
No.
You've woken up at like 3 a.m, you have to go and drink something.
I'd be like, fuck off.
Like,
I don't drink anything normally.
Yeah, true, actually. So the trigger of Congressman Leo Ryan's visit. So in November 1978, US Congressman Leo Ryan visited Jonestown to investigate allegations of abuse. So several members begged him to help them leave. Jones viewed this as a direct threat. When Ryan and defectors attempted to leave, they were attacked at the airstrip by Temple gunmen.
Jeez.
So Congressman Ryan and 4 others were killed. And this event pushed Jones into a full crisis mode.
Yeah.
So he's murdered a fucking congressman now.
Jesus Christ.
So the tragedy of November 18th, 1978. So right after the attack, Jones gathered the community in the pavilion. He announced the arrival of the enemy forces and declared it's time to die.
Jeez. Not even let's ascend or anything, just
it's time
death.
to die. Yeah. He instructed members to drink a mixture of flavoring, sedatives, and cyanide.
Jesus.
Children were given the poison first. Over 900 people died.
Shit.
Yes. The largest non-wartime, non-natural disaster loss of American civilian life until 9/11.
That's mental.
Mad, the scene later discovered by investigators was haunting, so rows of bodies in matching clothing, people collapsed in clusters, a chillingly still compound, Jones himself dead from a gunshot wound. So why has it become so infamous? So the story grips people because it contains a charismatic leader gone mad, a utopian dream turned to nightmarish, isolation and coercive control, a remote jungle compound, a chilling orchestrated mass tragedy. So it's one of the strongest and spookiest examples of how extreme belief, manipulation, and fear can distort reality.
Jeez.
900 people dead.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
900 people believed this man enough to drink something to kill them.
But the bit that's mad is this just shows how much control these people had.
Yeah.
900 people. You easily could have overpowered him and gone, now we're leaving by force.
He had gunmen though.
No, but obviously if you've got side, the fact that 900 people, enough of them believed him that it wasn't plausible for you to go, let's fight back.
Do I think it's mad? It's like he killed congressmen.
Yes.
I think that's a very obviously it's a very mental thing to kill anyone, but to kill a US congressman.
Yep.
Crazy. And they weren't even on US soil, they were in South America.
Yep. That's
so
good.
Yeah. I think it's just very scary. And I think it's like this is like the sad reality of like what can happen. But I'm pretty sure there's images on the internet as well of like photos that they took of the camp, but they like this like children and like women and children. It's just kind of like, as a mother, could you imagine knowing that
you're a mother?
No, as a mother.
Oh, I thought you were like as a mother.
Could you imagine as a mother? Sorry, I'm not a mother. You had to give your kid a drink knowing that it's going to kill them.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even imagine how they were feeling. But then it's like, how were they feeling? Like, they were probably like, oh,
this is the right thing to do.
Like, this is the way.
Yeah.
This is the way.
This is the way, brothers and sisters. Time to die.
Oh my God, it's time. A man stood at the thing, the man that you like worship, but he's just looking at you and be like, it's time to die.
I'd be like, fuck up.
It's time to what? Sorry, what do you mean?
It's 3 a.m. It's time for me to go back to fucking bed.
It's bedtime. I'll tell you what time. It's fucking bedtime. It's time that you take some like antipsychotic pills and get away from the punch.
Because get that punch away from me.
Can you imagine someone slipping something into your Vimto and be like, drink it, it's time to die?
I'd be like,
are you mad?
I'd be like, you first.
Yeah. Do you want to think it's funny though? 900 people drank that cyanide mixture, but he didn't drink it and he shot
himself. Yeah.
What a coward.
It's because cyanide burns through your throat.
What a coward.
Painful.
And he'd give that to children.
Yeah.
But he'd like, no, I'm not doing that, I'm going to shoot myself.
Yeah. Mad.
Because I think deep down inside he thought that he could get out of it.
Yeah.
That's why he didn't drink the mixture. He thought, I'm going to have time now because they're going to see 900 bodies here, they're all going to be dead, they're going to have to investigate, I'll have time to get away.
Yeah.
But then he's like, oh no.
No.
Like what? Like, I've lost everything. I'm going to shoot myself now. What a horrible, horrible man.
You horrible girl.
Shame he couldn't have died in a worse way.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
But I think it's, do you know like the statistic when it's like, oh, it's like the 900 people, it's like the worst or the highest number of people, non-natural disaster until 9/11.
Yeah.
I think that's quite haunting and quite horrible.
That's mad.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
But like,
that's why you don't join cults.
Yeah, 1978, and it's like realistically, like that's not that long ago.
No, yeah.
That's not that long ago, and how like we've changed now.
40 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, 40 years.
Yeah, how much we've changed as like a society, but it's kind of like I feel like this.
You wouldn't get the youth of today. Teenagers don't engage in anything.
No, correct. But it's like even if it is happening now, I just don't think the media would say anything about it.
No.
And I think that's another scary thing.
So, obviously, we've done a lot of cults from like 60s, 70s. And the 3 cults we've both chose are quite morbid.
Yes.
But not all cults are this morbid. So, I've got just a few little examples. Amy doesn't know these, so we're going to get her genuine reaction to these,
Okay.
and if she would join them, of cults that are around in 2025 that are more paradoxical.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got the Church of the Subgenius, probably one of the most famous parody religions. Its ideology is absurd and comedic, blending elements of pop culture, conspiracy, and salesmanship. It's more of a cultural satire than a real controlling cult. People know it's a parody, but some treat it very religiously, even though it's more tongue-in-cheek. So it's more of a joke religion, joke church.
Okay.
We've then got Dudism, the cult of Dudism.
No.
Inspired by the Big Lebowski, followers of Dudism take on the dude, the Big Lebowski, as a guru. It's a very laid-back, more philosophy, chill lifestyle than an extreme. So it's about being a dude, being relaxed, being chill, taking on the ideology of a dude. You've then got Discordianism, so based on the Principia Discordia, worships chaos. So it's based off Eris, the goddess of discord from Greek mythology.
Mate, I saw you on about that gaming platform.
Discord, no.
Discord.
It's a playful and philosophical. Many consider it more of a joke religion or of a form of anarchaic satire. So it's about causing chaos, but not chaos that's dangerous. It's more like low-key, trickster, wind people up vibes. Then finally, we've got the final one.
Okay.
The cult of the invisible pink unicorn.
Right.
It's a religious group that worships this invisible deity.
Right.
The idea is that the invisible pink unicorn is both invisible and pink.
No fucking way.
That is the spiritual lifestyle. To join this cult, you have to accept that the great unicorn is both invisible and pink. That is what you need to accept. That is the belief you have to follow.
Okay.
It is used to mock religion and highlight how people believe in things without evidence. So I feel like it's a cult you would join out of all of them. It's the ideology of people sit there and go, again, your beliefs are your beliefs. I'm not slating any, I'm just going off the facts of this one. That people believe in this big omnipotent God that no one's seen or no one has evidence of. This religion is, theirs is, you have to believe in this giant invisible pink unicorn.
Yeah.
And it's to mock that people believe in things without evidence.
Correct.
So again, not every single cult is bad. Not
No.
every single cult has this dark underlying meaning. Some cults do join together to kind of take the piss out of other things. I would say, a lot of people saying, part of me does agree.
Okay.
The Swifties are a cult.
Yeah.
We will defend our Lord and Saviour, Taylor,
I've seen her
to
in
the
action.
end. Like, I think she's the greatest thing in music.
We're not going to get into that.
No, but I'm not like undyingly loyal. If Taylor at the Eras tour when I was there came on stage and went, Swifties, it's time to die, I'd be like, nah, fuck that shit, I'm out.
Yeah.
But it's a cult, it's a group of like-minded people
Yeah.
do work. Like, I do think fan bases of celebrities, like, look at, I never know what they're called. Oh, the Bees, Beehive, Beyonce's following. I would say,
Careful now.
no, I'm not.
Best thank Beyonce at the end of this.
Thank you, Beyonce.
Okay.
I would say followers, Little Monsters, Swifties, the Beehive are almost cult-like.
I agree.
You would admire, and if Taylor goes, oh my god, I genuinely, if Taylor went, this is the best book I've ever read,
You'd go and buy it.
I'd go buy it. I have read online, what is it? The I can't remember what it's called, but she did the soundtrack song for it. Where the Crawdads Sing. And I have read it because Taylor described it as one of her favourite books.
I see.
I've got no interest. I didn't actually like it as a book, but I appreciated it because Taylor likes it.
Now look into the camera and say that.
I liked it because Taylor liked it.
Okay.
But, like, do you agree that, like, fan bases of
100%.
musicians are cool, like?
I think I see it more from a cynical side because I think they are quite toxic.
Would you, not being funny, you would follow and defend Phil Collins to the end of the earth?
To death. I'd drink the spicy liquid.
Would you?
I would.
If Phil went, I'm dying, we all die together.
Correct. I hope you know this. I love that man so
If he
much.
came, that's what Phil Collins' song is about. Phil Collins is a cult leader. He lives in me. Well, boy, is that him? No, that's Lion King, isn't it? I'm so sorry. That's the Lion King.
I just want to point out you should see their house. There's like cute Disney memorabilia everywhere. He just done that to me.
That's the Lion King.
I just want to just sit in silence for a second. Just fizz through. Okay, we'll move on. I think with like the cult with fan bases.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna call them fan bases, I don't think like a cult is like necessarily what it is, but I do think it's like
But
some
they're cult-like.
Yes. It's like following someone and like trying to like leak their personal information. Like when you're supposed to be like when they're supposed to be your idol is scary to me.
Yes.
It's very
People
scary.
become obsessive to a dangerous level.
Correct. Like relationship wise, they're in your relationship. It's not, I argue the media is the same, but like it's like they're in your relationships, like they're trying to
I know
information.
people that I knew somebody when I lived in Basingstoke that was such a big Ariana Grande fan that one of the first questions when he was in talking stage with the new boy was, do you like Ariana Grande? If they said no, the talking stage ended.
That's scary.
And I'm like, Jake's not a big fan of Taylor Swift. He's not obsessed with those are. I know some of the songs because you play it and
Just
I'll
like
sing along.
screaming music.
Yeah.
Screaming, shouty, shouty.
But I wouldn't not date him because he wasn't a Swiftie.
But it's the same with me and you, because like I have a very like wild range.
This is where we disagree. This is where we had this like argument debate yesterday. You are a Charlie XX stan.
brat coded bitches. There's not even that. Like I
I'm a
love.
Swiftie.
Yeah, but it's like I love Charlie XCX.
Yeah.
I also love Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
I love Black Sabbath. I love Megadeth. I love AC/DC.
Yeah,
Led
yeah.
Zeppelin. And like it's just like I like K-pop. I like everything. Like my
We're
Spotify
both
features
very eclectic. We are very eclectic.
clapped, by the way. So it's just like I like, but I think I'm more into like rave EDM music.
But we're digressing a bit. But
Yeah.
So is there any? What do you think the dangers are then of following a celebrity almost cult like?
I think it takes over your life, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And you can see it with these people when they're in queue. Do you like when they go up and like they queue in for like, for example, the Eras tour,
Yeah.
and like they were interviewing
I
people
was-
in the line.
I was queuing from 11 a.m. to get in, and doors
That's
didn't open.
That's meant.
Doors didn't open till 6:30.
But it's like how these people.
But
are,
I was like front.
yeah.
I was front of the barrier.
But-
Taylor could see me,
but-
and I cried. She
I
looked at
generally
me.
don't think I need to say anything more. I could. Taylor seen me.
She did.
She looked at me.
She did.
Are you sure?
In an interview, she said I could see all the people in the crowd singing and all that. I've got a photo. I'll send it to Jake to edit. Where she's looking at me.
I don't need to say anything else. I don't need to say anything else.
No, you do. Come on.
Okay.
Speak your thoughts.
I mean, when they were interviewing these people in the queue and they're like sobbing, crying, being like, she's changed, and it's like I'm gonna mildly step on this now, so let me stay with
Finish.
me.
Okay.
Is that people are like, oh, I would have killed myself if it wasn't for her. If it wasn't for her music, I would have killed myself. If it wasn't for her doing this, I would have killed myself.
I mean, it's not just Taylor. We're not.
This is like this is just an example. Like if
Yeah.
they do this, like Beyonce, whoever. It's
Yeah.
like if this person hadn't done this, I would have killed myself. I think that's too much power to give to a person who, unfortunately, doesn't know who you are.
I saw it with a Lady Gaga thing. There's an interview where Lady Gaga, this person's crying and going, "You saved me. I was going to kill myself. You saved me." And Lady Gaga's like, "I didn't do anything. You saved yourself."
Correct.
But like, I do agree.
What
no, wait,
break down
I
to the
do-
stage of
yeah,
someone, actually.
I do agree. Music can save you
Yeah.
from the meaning, but that artist didn't save you. You just connected with that song.
Yeah.
Like, the reason I connect with Taylor Swift is I've had a lot of heartbreak
Yeah.
and toxic exes, so I connect with that, and it helps me when I was going
Yeah.
through shit in the past. But I'd never say Taylor saved me. I just used her as
Yeah.
a coping mechanism.
It's a coping mechanism.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like when people are in such a fucking dire situation and they try and desperately get out.
You connect
The easy,
to music.
no, it's not even that. The easiest thing to do is just shift it.
Yeah.
Shift you onto someone else, and then when you get through it and you like listen to that music that you go like when you're going through that really rough time and you reminisce then and you're kind of like, I was in such a fucking shit place
Yeah.
when like this album came out, and like look at where I am now.
Yeah.
And I like kind of idolize that person because they kind of like, if you hadn't made that music once I was going through that bad time, I would have probably killed myself.
But the
Yeah,
one thing
if
they
they
don't
hadn't-
realise, they hadn't made that album, you'd found a different song.
Correct, you would have
That
found a
would have
different
done it.
album and it would have been a different thing. But then it's like when someone gives that amount, because like saving someone's life is
That's
a big thing.
That's what we should be saying and giving to the NHS workers. They should be getting this praise.
I agree. But it's like, I think that's when it gets quite scary and cult, like, because they idolize this person because like they're like, oh, this person saved my life.
Yeah.
It's like putting them right up on a pedestal. When, like, for example, the Queen, Lady Gaga herself,
Yeah.
said, I didn't do it, you did it yourself.
Yeah.
But it's like, they get obsessed then with this person.
And then they can do it
can
gets
do no
scary, no wrong. I am a Swiftie, but if I love a good debate. If somebody was like, oh, I disagree with Taylor doing this,
Yeah.
I would listen. I don't agree when people just blindly defend.
Yeah.
That's when it becomes cult-like as well, because I'm like,
Yeah.
you aren't even thinking for yourself now. You're just agreeing because you feel like you should, which goes back to the shame and guilt
Yeah.
of cults of
Yeah.
you then become, I will feel bad and ashamed if I don't defend Beyonce or I don't defend Lady Gaga or I don't defend
Yeah.
Ariana Grande. That's where it becomes cult-like.
Yeah. I think it's like with the day and age now where we are at, it is just like modern day cults in a way. But I think it's just like, it's more scary because they can actually, other than murder,
Yeah.
and they can do more scary things. They can get involved with people's, like, you know, people have broken into her house. People have broken into like Beyonce's house.
Yep.
I think that it's scary.
Yeah.
It's very, very scary. And I think it's just like, again, as we said, like a podcast, like episode, a couple of episodes back, it's kind of like, as we've grown as a generation through like social media
Yeah.
and more public platforms and like the tools like Google Maps and stuff, and you can place where people are, and like people are clever as well.
Yeah.
In a digital age.
Well, it's that
It is
time.
digital
Look at
cults.
Jennifer Lawrence with the whole thing, the Apple iCloud scandal that happened to a few celebrities. People became so obsessed with these celebrities, they needed to know and see everything, that they hacked into iClouds and nudes and
Yeah.
personal things were leaked.
Yeah.
That's where things become dangerous because it becomes obsessive,
Yeah.
which again, I would claim is almost modern day cultism.
I think that's it.
I think that's it.
I think that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. That has been your
Well,
episode.
thank you. Who?
Thank you, Beyonce.
No. Thank you.
Oh.
Brothers and sisters.
Thank you, brothers and sisters. That has been your episode of
Ghoulish.
And Foolish. Now rest easy, brothers and sisters. We will be back soon.
It's time to die.
It's time to die.
It's time.
Bye.
Bye.